Alright, this is John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. I have another exciting and quick episode for you. And this is actually how to get your figs to ripen up a little bit faster. So you can see here I have a nice huge fig tree, and I have the majority of the fruit are not ripening. And I do get an occasional fig ripen here and there, but I want to have a nice large meal of only figs. And I can't do that. I could have like 1 or 2 figs a day if I'm lucky. But you can see on this branch, we have all these figs that are just not ripening up. They're still green. And pretty soon we have maybe about another 45 days, 30 to 45 days of weather that's conducive to the figs ripening, and then it's going to frost, and then guess what? The fig's not going to make it. And at that point, when it gets too cold, all the fig tree is going to lose all its leaves like this. They're going to drop to the ground. So I'm going to either have to pick them up, or they're going to blow to my neighbor's house. And then also, at the end of every year, usually there's lots of green figs that are still on the tree that aren't ripening up. So then guess what? If I don't pick them off, they mold. So then I got to individually pick those off and compost them. Or actually, I heard you could feed unripe figs to pigs. Actually, they love them a lot. So, there is a use for them. But nonetheless, the better use of the figs than the pigs or the compost pile, my stomach right here. So we want to get these guys to ripen up a little bit quicker. So how can you do that? Well, I've done some research online, and one of the ways is they say take some olive oil and anoint your figs because they're holy. Well, actually, wait, figs were mentioned in the Bible. But anyways, you want to put a little dab of olive oil in the bottom of the fig. Some people say that works, some people say it doesn't work, but many people say it may change the flavor of the figs, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I just thought about it a little bit and said, hey, you know what? This tree is going to lose all its leaves pretty soon, so why don't we just make it lose its leaves earlier? I know when I visit Hawaii, on Maui actually, up on Haleakala, there's people growing peaches in the tropics, and they get them to ripen up. I'm like, how does that work? How do they do it? Well, they force the plant to think it's the winter time by removing all its leaves to get them to ripen up. So I figured, hey, let's do that with the fig tree. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just cutting back some of these leaves to take it off. They're going to come back. They're going to come off later, so I might as well take them off now. I'm also cutting some of the tip ends off. So here's a tip end where the growth tip is, and also a smaller fig. So what this does is, because, and you can see actually this fig sap dripping out right there. And actually that stuff can be caustic, so you don't want to get it on you too much. But that's the fig sap, or that's like the life blood or the blood of the fig tree. And all this fig sap goes to the leaves, goes to the fruits, and goes to the end buds to have them grow more. And so what happens when you cut this off, it's going to try to shoot out, depending, or it's going to try to just basically get the fruit to ripen up. So what we're doing is we're just going to clip off all these leaves to see if it's going to ripen up. But actually we don't need to see, because about a week ago we did just that on the other side of the tree, and we stripped it of all the leaves, and guess what? The figs are ripening up. So let's take a look at that next. So you can see here, this is a stripped down fig tree, and today's a little bit of a windy day, we're blowing in the wind, but when we stripped all the leaves off this side of the tree, all these figs were all green. Well, maybe 2 of them were kind of turning ripe, but now you can see we have a ripe one here. This one here's ripe, this one here's getting ripe. This one's actually ready to go. How can you tell if a fig's ripe? You could kind of see, like, on this one is unripe, it's nice and straight, but as they get ripe, this actually will kind of bend down. Oh, here's one that's super ripe, check it out. This one is so ripe, it's splitting on the tree, and actually I'm getting some fruit flies. So this is the time to pick this and eat it, and let me show you these guys. These are brown turkey figs. Man, that's one ripe fig. Could be a little bit riper. But in any case, here's some more ones up here ripening up. Oh man, this one's actually optimal. So I want to encourage you guys to pick your figs and all your fruits when they're at their peak ripeness. So here's one, nice and soft. Oh man, look at that in there. That's much better than that last one. Nice and jelly. The other thing I want you guys to notice on this side of the tree is, besides all those figs that were all green, now they're getting some color to them. They're starting to turn color. Oh, and getting a little bit soft. So I do think that this technique has been helpful to get my figs to ripen up. Now, of course, we're 30 to 45 days away from the frost when there's going to be nothing left. Now, would I do this at the beginning of the season to get my figs to ripen up earlier. No, these figs were already at a fairly mature point that they just need a kick in the butt to ripen up. And I think by trimming the ends off and cutting all the leaves off, it's definitely worked. So that's the report this time. That's one way you can skin a fig. I mean, make your figs ripen up. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode learning how to defoliate a fig and get them to ripen up. Once again, my name is John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com. We'll see you next time. And remember, keep on growing.